Love you, John. Tonight on Dave and John TV.
It's John and Dave TV.
Welcome back to this week's episode of John and Dave TV. What a fantastic song this was. You know, Paul Cipriani, a good friend of ours, made this song for us. I hope you guys enjoyed this new theme song, you know, and what an awesome artist.
Well,
and
it matches the valley perfectly.
it does. The country kind of style, but with a bit of like funk music style.
Exactly.
It's pretty fun.
I liked it. I thought it was really good, and it matched our personalities too.
Well, maybe your personality. Well, for today on the show,
Yeah.
I guess we're keeping with the music theme, aren't we?
We are. And so what do you do when you go home after a good day's work? Are you the type that's quiet? You go home, just sit back, want to relax? Do you go outside by the poolside, put some music on?
When I get home after work, do I relax? I have 3 kids that are very young. I don't think I know what
So you got to
relaxing
drown them out with
means.
music, maybe.
Yeah, and then the kids go to bed, and then I can't make noise in the house. So, no, I don't listen to a lot of music. Even though, you know what, the Google, whatever that's called, that Google Pod thing I have.
Google Dots or whatever they're called.
I listen to those relaxing kind of ocean sound music to get the kids sleeping.
And I'm usually going out back. I put my phone on whatever app I have. I play it just through my phone while I have a drink or something like that. But today's guest actually can take that to the next level. I know I'm looking forward to this because I've heard this product before and I know it's amazing. So do you want to introduce our guest for today?
Sure. Today we have Ben Seaman on the show from Riverwood
Acoustics.
From Riverwood Acoustic.
His tongue's tied.
Yeah. Sucks being French.
So welcome.
Well, welcome, Ben.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So tell us a bit more about Ben himself. Give us a little bit of history of who you are.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Ottawa Valley in Calabogie, and then for most of my life I've lived out on the water, either Calabogie Lake or the Ottawa River. My background is design engineering, stuff like that, product management. So actually what happened was I've been working in major companies for aerospace, Fortune 500s for the last 10 years or so. And when I was always in the kitchen, stuff like that, cooking, stuff like that. So I was trying to find a nice small speaker for my house that kind of met my criteria of high sound quality, really nice looking, that would blend in and have a bit of uniqueness. I couldn't find anything like it, so I did what any irrational person would do, is made some with my friend, my co-founder Scott, and we've kind of been progressing every day since, and to formate a true company now. It's kind of interesting journey.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So give us a little bit more about Riverwood Acoustics. What brought you into building speakers? Give us a bit more background about Riverwood itself.
Right. So 10 years ago or so, I was working at a design engineering firm that would handle the high-end, high-fidelity speakers for major U.S. loudspeaker companies. So I always had that as a background, a bit of acoustic design, engineering, and electronics, stuff like that. So I went and we were able to create this. And living on the Ottawa River, anyone who lives there knows every spring you get these massive old logs that used to travel down the Ottawa River, 100 years ago up to about the 60s or 70s. Many of them sunk to the bottom and would lay perfectly preserved. And then we have our team at Logs End Eco Divers retrieve them, and then we get the wood and we create them into what you see now.
Very cool.
So these logs are literally, 200-year-old logs, and what's unique about the properties of them is the grain pattern, because they grew in a much more ideal climate. The grain pattern is ultra dense, and for acoustics, that's what you want. You want a really nice, hard, dense cabinet. So most high-end speakers are made with MDF with a vinyl wrap or something. So I wanted something a bit more unique, more like artisan handcraft. So that's why we kind of chose the Riverwood aspect as well.
Very cool.
Nice. So we have 2 of your speakers here, and do you want to walk us through your speakers and kind of what they do and their features and that kind of stuff?
So both these two speakers here, this is our natural finish, that's our walnut finish. They're 3/4 inch solid premium Riverwood. And then what we have is 2 high-end full-range drivers. And on the bottom, you can kind of see them, is passive radiators for bass extension.
Very cool.
These two models are our Hudson. They have a built-in amplifier with RCA inputs or Bluetooth connectivity with aptX technology. So it's a better streaming than a normal Bluetooth link. So it's actually a decent high fidelity if you're using a good app.
Interesting. They're nice speakers, eh?
I've heard them before. Actually, another vendor in the town had them at his fireplace there at his business, and he was doing a contest, and so we Bluetooth right from my cell phone itself, and the sound quality I know is amazing on this. So maybe walk us through, like, for Riverwood itself, employees wise, is it just the two of you that are doing these yourself? Do you have an actual staff? And what's kind of the process? Walk us through the process of building one of these.
Right, so originally it was just me and Scott getting the design up and running. That process was about a year to get it to manufacturing. We were fortunate enough to win the Renfrew County RC100 to give us funding to be able to push it into actual production. So we were able to go into production. We have a few staff for things like marketing, production, stuff like that, yeah.
And this produced like in your garage at home or
in
your basement?
We have a shop in Renfrew.
Okay.
So it's 125 Plant Street. So it's a great little shop that we can produce them, and we also ship out there directly to the consumer.
So, I'm sorry, John.
No, go for it. No.
So I'm able to walk into your shop and kind of say, you know, this is the type of speaker that I want, and you custom design it to what I would like, or I know now I'm opening the
not
door
quite
to you.
that much.
Or is there even like a showroom when you walk in, you have them on display?
We don't really have a showroom per se right now. That's long term, we may do that, but right now we primarily just do manufacturing and shipping direct to the customer. And then what we do is we place them in unique areas, like you said, O'Kenny's has one. There's one at the Neat Cafe. We have them sprinkled around Ottawa, soon to be Toronto, stuff like that. So it's a bit different of a model than traditional retail, where you'd have it in a store front per se that's selling just that. It's more of a demo item, and then you just buy it online. We ship it to you that week typically, and you'll have it at your house.
Oh, I know
Are you
really
looking
good.
eventually to do like a storefront?
We're not sure. Storefronts typically are kind of, you're seeing them die down, right? And more and more online sales are just so much easier to fulfill and manage. You don't need somebody always kind of cleaning the showroom, stuff like that.
Maybe you'll see it on Amazon soon.
It is on Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
It's on Amazon.
So it's not hard to
We have
find.
our own website, our Shopify website, and then we have some affiliate programs as well. Yeah.
Oh, really neat.
That is good. I didn't even know that. I just threw that out of my head. That was not planned. No, maybe we can get a little test of what it kind of sounds like.
Sure.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's good to hear.
I think we heard it's set up there, and they've. So I don't know how well they can hear that, but sounds good to me.
Wow.
And that's probably just a taste. You could probably get a lot
Oh
louder.
yeah, I can go louder, but I don't want to drown out my mic.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
That's really clear, actually.
That
I'm
is
surprised.
very clear for a small
Yeah,
speaker.
for a
too.
small speaker, yeah.
Yes. I need one for my backyard. Although I guess I'll have to bring it in every night.
You know what though? I know someone that has speakers that he can put up, you know, so you put it somewhere and then people can get convinced to buy it and that type of stuff.
Okay.
And I know a perfect backyard you can display in also.
I was wondering where he was going with that for a second there. Yeah, but you gotta have people come to your house first.
Well, you know, once all the restrictions are lifted, maybe we can. No, I tape the show in my house in my backyard. There you go. What an idea that is.
Anyways,
I get this a lot, actually.
yeah, no. So tell us a little bit, but like when did it start? When did you start actually producing speakers? When did it come in your mind? You know what? I'm going to do this. And then when did it go from there to an actual physical product? And how did you get it out there at first to the masses?
So it was probably about 2017, so 3 years ago now, actually. Christmas time, we were just I had the thought in my mind for a couple months. I wanted to create it, and then I was talking with one of my good friends that our kids are the same age. So he's a mechanical engineer. I handle electronics and acoustics, and I kind of threw the idea, and we kind of just sat down, started napkin sketching, and then kind of iterating and designing and improving, and then it was probably about a year to get from that napkin sketch to something which is perfected.
Definitely.
And then the biggest challenge is, in order to create a hardware product, you need a lot of funding for tooling and inventory and manufacturing and stuff like that. So we bootstrapped it up until we won that contest, and then basically sales have taken over, and we're able to self-sufficient it now, which is nice.
And this is fully made here in Renfrew County, or some components are kind of made somewhere else and brought in?
Some components are imported in because you just cannot get them locally. Long term, we'll definitely be looking at that, but I think it's 78% of the actual product is local in the 150 kilometers of our shop. Yeah.
And then is there any governmental type of loopholes you had to get through, like CSA approving, things like that, because it is electrical, of course.
That's right.
So
So
was that hard?
Well, that's my background, right? So I know exactly what is required to be done, how much it's going to cost, where to do it.
He knows what the government wants to hear.
So there's about 3 main test labs in Ottawa. You can get the approvals and stuff like that done.
So it's basically right now the one model, just in 2 different finishes. Are you looking
we have the Hudson, that's our powered product. And then we have the passive version that's same as this. However, it has, instead of the amplifier built in, it would be more if you wanted, multi system surround sound, 2-channel surround. So you'd have a separate amplifier and maybe some other components. And then you would just tie it in like a traditional system. And then we're working on our next generation surround bar as well.
Oh, surround bar.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So these logs, like they come from the bottom of the river and all that. How they go about selecting the log, and that, I guess, 2-part question. I do this all the time. I'm sorry, viewers. And then, and how many radios can you make from one of those logs?
So the company that we partner with to get the logs, a typical log, they're quite large because they grew, a substantial time ago. So you can get, something like 30 to 50 speakers approximately per log.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Because I know, of course, the history of Pembroke and that, of being a logging community and stuff like that. Is there still a lot of those logs in the bottom of that river?
Absolutely. Almost an endless supply.
Oh, very cool. So he's not going to run out anytime soon.
And then there's actually
get
other
out there
zones.
on the river and look at the bottom.
There's other zones too as well, actually, that logging has occurred in, up north. It's occurred almost in all aspects of this region. Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed. I know I'm definitely looking at purchasing. Now, this is usually Dave's question, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. But we are coming out of COVID situation here. I know my business opened up around phase 2. A lot of the ones are now in phase 3 opening up. Were you affected a lot by that lockdown? Did you have to close down completely? Could you stay open because you're shipping still?
Right.
What process did you go through?
So phase 1, we decided to keep it shut just because everyone was kind of up in the air and how, how it would play out, etc. So we stayed shut down on phase 1, and we would maybe do the odd shipment if somebody really wanted a speaker instantly. They'd be messaging us. We're like, okay, I'll run in. No one's at the shop today, that's fine. And then around phase 2, we kind of restarted back as well. But what has changed is our demo path. Before we were such a demo product, people want to feel the mass of it, or they want to hear it, they want to look at the finish before they do a purchase. And typically we'd go to home shows like the Ottawa Home Show, the Toronto one, or the Cottage Show, stuff like that. However, obviously now we can't do that, so we're transitioning a lot of our focus on online advertising.
You were just playing a second ago through Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Is there also, I haven't seen the back of it. Is there inputs? Can you do USB? Can you put like an aux thing in there?
So there's dual RCA input. So you can, what I do at home actually is I also connect an Echo Dot just for the voice control aspect. So you can do it that way. Some people will hook up a record player to it, stuff like that. I have one hooked up to a record player. Old TVs that still have RCA output, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. No.
Pretty neat.
So with COVID now, it's over. How do you see your business going forward? Do you see more online, not as much in person? Are you getting actually businesses approaching you saying, hey, can we have a sample one in our store?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, we get that all the time, right? Because it's such a unique conversation piece. So areas that we're kind of been focusing on are speaker reviewers, stuff like that, the vinyl channels, the big, unbox therapy guys, stuff like that. And then we also work with other artists and stuff like that, trying to, cross promote each other's work. So we're a big supporter. A lot of really interesting people love our product and our story and our brand. Early adopters have been, Brett Kissel, Bruce Croxon from Dragon's Den, Jason Blaine has one, Aaron Pritchett, Seth Godin, the marketing wizard. Tons of cool people have this little speaker made, locally in Renfrew County, which is great.
Maybe you can add your name in there.
Maybe. You know what?
How many followers do you have?
Not that many. I can make some up though. So we talked a lot about your your speakers and how they're made and all that. But then, so why, and I'll put you on the spot, I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. It's show business, Why would I choose to buy your speaker compared to, $20 Walmart brand speaker that I know does kind of okay,
So the main things is we started this company not just to make a premium product. We wanted to create local job growth. We want to give back to the community, like we've given back multiple of these speakers for silent auctions, raising tens of thousands of dollars, stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
The build quality obviously is, second to none. This comes with a lifetime warranty, whereas, the one at Walmart is more of a disposable item that's made mass and it sounds terrible. So it's not really in the same ballpark, obviously. And we understand our price point isn't for everybody. It's really for that unique person who wants good sound quality, is looking for a lifetime buy, and really loves a story. That's been one of our biggest, selling features is that unique story that we have.
And so are all your speaker lines that you either have now or you're coming out with, because I'm sure you're going to come out eventually with more.
That's the plan.
Are they going to stay nice, small, compact? Are you looking at getting into bigger type things?
Well,
maybe into like theater type stuff?
Yeah, our surround bar next one is going to be significantly bigger than this. However, it's going to have more or less the same form factor. It's going to be meant for a 50-inch TV or a 55-inch TV.
Okay.
Same kind of style. Also made of wood.
Plastic.
No plastic is allowed in our speakers.
Makes a
difference.
The viewers at home can't actually see this, and I don't think they can actually see this. I keep looking at them, and like the workmanship on this is actually is really well done. I'm actually, I'll give it to you guys. You guys did a really nice product. It's pretty impressive, intimidating almost.
And it came from a napkin. All from notes on a napkin.
Everything comes from a napkin.
Exactly. That's all I ever hear. So have you ever thought about, and again, I'm putting you on the spot now too, just a thought, is it always just going to be the speaker component, or are you ever going to get into adding other items to it, such as like an AM/FM radio attachment to it, or you'd like to have it where they can just use it from anything and just plug it right into the speaker?
Well, typically for radio nowadays, actually, you can download on your phone any app that has every single radio station on it. So I encourage everyone to do that, because then you can have it with you every channel everywhere. It's so much easier. And things like Spotify and Tidal and all those, you have access to every song at the tip of your hands as well. So, and then if you want vinyl, just because you want that touch feel point or that true analog, you can do that as an option as well. So we're always going to focus on, you know, that sort of thing. We have looked at designing headphones, so that's in our roadmap as well. But the surround bar is next. Yeah.
Battery power, maybe?
Not battery powered. The reason why we were kind of on the fence on that with our first product, if you pick one up, they're quite heavy. And the wood finish, like you said, it's so superb. You do not want to have that outside running around, moving around, scratching up. You want to showcase it in your house.
Exactly. So no putting it on your golf cart or anything while you're driving around.
That's where your $20 Walmart are good.
I think a lot of golfers would be pissed off too if you're actually using one of these on the golf cart, because the sound is just amazing. Like, you guys on watching this on TV, you don't actually you can't even hear the quality that's coming out of this probably when we played it. It's totally different when you're right in front of it, and when you look at it and you find out that's just a small speaker. Yeah. And like you said, I think you said on the bottom, it's got the bass subwoofers on the bottom. Is it like just a plug and play, or is it there's power buttons?
There's a power switch, but you can leave it always on, and then I keep mine always on and just connect Bluetooth on and off. That's it. Yeah.
Very cool. I know I learned a lot. I'm definitely going to be buying one of these. I just got to figure out which color. I like the dark one myself.
I like the dark one too.
Maybe as a parting gift, I think he should give us one to take home. No, just kidding. So wrapping this up, because we're getting to the end of the show. Price point. I'm not like saying, okay, this is how much it is, but range, because you got a couple different ones. Lower end, high end. What are people looking at?
So both these are the passive and the active version are $7.99. We encourage you to sign up to our website, because we do have the odd flash sale, stuff like that, for discounts, and the odd time we'll have a B stock blowout or something like that. Yeah.
Plus, they can go to like a local charity event and maybe buy some tickets
a lot
for
of people
$10, $20
have,
or something, and get one for one of those, and you're getting an $800 speaker.
Yeah.
So.
All right, viewers, what I want from you now is to let you know which of these two speakers. So either, you got to tell me those colors. So the natural or the
walnut.
The walnut, which one would you want in your living room at home? You know what? And maybe he'll be generous to give us a discount code maybe? And then and then pick someone and you'll get a discount towards getting one of these fabulous radio, I think.
Yeah, I like how you throw them on the spot. Like, that's awesome. I love, because
why ask before?
Exactly. I thought you were just
smart.
actually throwing it
I'm
out
not
there.
just good looking. I'm smart.
Yeah, I like that's a good idea.
And then, like we end every single one of these shows, COVID-19, the whole world kind of came to a stop. Here we are now. Things are reopening. Things are coming back to normal, sort of, semi-normal, And
the new normal.
The new normal. So then, is there any special shout-outs you want to give to anyone, special mentions to your employees or your staff that's been pushing it through or cutting their hours or anything they had to do during this time? I'll give you this little 2 minutes, and then I have one last question after you, and then we're going to wrap this show up.
Well, everyone from our supply chain to our employees have been fabulous through this. I know, like, especially our wooden manufacturer for the boxes now, they were hit hard, so they had a significant slowdown, stuff like that, to, our metalwork and then our main assembly. Everything it's been challenging to make sure everything's flowing, but everyone has done a great job there for sure.
Awesome. And the last question now, we know where you are in Renfrew, but maybe say it again, your store location, your website, Facebook, social media, where can we all find you? And where can people see your products? And Amazon too, I guess.
Riverwood Acoustics, all one word, is the best way you can, and then obviously we have all our normal social media links, stuff like that. We offer, 30-day warranty or 30-day, return policy, so you can get it shipped to yourself and then try it out in your home to make sure it's right for you. And we offer the lifetime warranty, free shipping, stuff like that. So it's truly a risk-free buy. And then, that's about it.
And I'm sure O'Kenny's won't mind me throwing it out there, but if you want to hear a lot of his speaker, if you go to the O'Kenny, I think it's the Facebook page or something, back around December, if you go all the way back, you'll see a lot of people dancing to this speaker here. and you'll even find yours truly, of course, the best dancer out there, dancing to some music on this. You can hear what they're like, and like it's just phenomenal. I want to thank you for coming. I learned a lot. I actually went on your website a couple days ago to research more. I mean, we've known each other for a little while now online, but I actually learned more today than just by looking at your website. So I appreciate you coming down here. Thank you for being here. And anything else?
Thank you for coming. And nice meeting you. And hopefully we'll be talking soon to get some business going.
Exactly. I think I know a photography studio that can use one of those in there too.
Yeah.
Plug.
You have people that visit your photography studio? I'm kidding.
Until next time, thanks for joining in, and thanks, Ben.